Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to another video for vintage science fiction eye candy. I have another 10 books here. See? 10. I think 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 10 paperbacks. And this series says I'm doing it sort of every other day, and I'll have a link to, I've created a playlist for this. And I'm starting out with my 1960s science fiction paperbacks, and I'm sorting through them and putting them in little protective bags because I'm finding that I keep moving these things around before they have a permanent home, and they're getting damaged, and I don't want them to get any more damaged than they are. They're not perfect condition, but they're nice additions. So I'm not talking really much at all about the contents of the books. It's more the covers, the artist, and just a few things about the book itself, the publisher, the date, what edition it is, and so forth. So the first one we have here is an anthology by Damon Knight, and it's called Cities of Wonder, and it's by a publisher that I really do like. It's McFadden Books, and this was published in 1967. It says it's the complete text of the hardcover edition, and the cover artist on this is John Fargasso. I think we might have seen one of his earlier. The name is sort of vaguely familiar, and as I say, it's a collection of stories. There's quite a few in a short book, so I'll just go through. Yeah, it's like 250 pages. Introduction by Damon Knight. I always like these introductions. And this one is short. It's only a page long, but I like them when they're longer, but I'll take what I can get. So we got Single Combat by Robert Abernathy. Dumbwaiter by Walter M. Miller Jr. Jesting Pilot, Harry Kuttner. It's Great to Be Back, Robert A. Heinlein. Millennium by J.G. Ballard. Oki by James Blish. The Luckiest Man in Denver, C.M. Kornbluth. The Machine Stops by E.M. Forster. The Underprivileged, Brian Aldiss. By the Waters of Babylon, Stephen Vincent Benet. And Forgetfulness, Don A. Stewart. So a couple older ones here, the E.M. Foster and the Stephen Vincent Benet. But yeah, it's and as you can see, it is stained a purplish color. But I like these. They hold up quite well. The McFadden, and this is the later McFadden Bartell. But it's usually earlier ones are just McFadden books. Okay, now we've got them out of order here. Not in Solitude by Kenneth F. Gantz. It's a Richard Powers cover. And this is a bit of an oddity. It's, I think, the only thing the author wrote. I don't think it's a pseudonym. It was published by, it's a Berkeley Medallion book, and published in 1961. But it does say specially revised by the author. I don't know the story behind that. And obviously it's 40 cents cover price, and then the British sticker price at the time was £2 shillings and sixpence. And somebody's tried to peel that off, and no, when something's been on for 50 years, you don't mess with it, because at best it's gonna leave a stain on the cover, and at worst it'll just take off a layer of the thing. It doesn't matter what you do. It's, the chances are good that it'll happen like that. Okay, now we've got a couple by Murray Leinster. Men into Space. It's a Berkeley original, as it says on the cover. Again, the sticker price for the UK, 2 shillings and sixpence. And this, as I say, it's a Berkeley medallion, and this was published in 1960. Now, and the publisher, it says, with the rights of or by Ziv Television Productions, and it was a TV series in one season, 59, straddling into 60, about 40 episodes, and it starred William Lundigan, and there's a picture on the back. So Murray Leinster has done a lot of novelizations and stories from TV shows throughout his career. And this show basically was, I think it was a half hour. I've only seen a couple episodes a long time ago. It wasn't that great, but it's basically the character is an Air Force pilot, and it's sort of the Air Force's attempt to, get into space. American Air Force, that is. So it's kind of an interesting thing. It is early, science fiction TV in the United States, so it has an interest there of itself. Again, red staining, or yeah, I guess you'd call it red staining. And then we've got Murray Leinster Space Tug. The cover artist. I don't know who the cover artist is for that, but I do like the artwork. And then we've got Space Tug by Murray Leinster. And the tagline, which I kind of like, is a startling science fiction novel of our country's desperate attempt to supply our men living on the moon. And the cover artist of that, if I can find it here, because I do have these out of order, it's Jack Gone. And this is a Belmont science fiction book again. Somebody's written 20 cents in there in pen. Yeah, there's going to be a special hell for those people. Belmont book, the first printing was August 1965, and this is the second printing, November 1968. And again, the little, they've cropped him and put him black and white on the back of the cover. Now we've got Algis Budrys, The Falling Torch. He had to free an enslaved planet or die. Pyramid science fiction book. And I like these as well. Again, stained. This one was stained green. And let me see here. Again, like I say, I've got all these out of order here. It's John Schauner. I don't know the pronunciation. I tried to look it up, but I got different pronunciations, so I don't know what's correct. And there we go. They cropped it again and put it on the back. This time not black and white, but tinted just blue. And this is a third printing. May 1964. Original printing. First printing was June 1959. Then second printing January 1962. And as I say, it's pyramid books, and I do like pyramid books as well. It's always nice to see the stuff on the back cover. You got 10 Years to Doomsday. Looks like a fabulous cover, even though black and white picture here. By Chester Anderson and Michael Curlin. I don't know who they are off the top of my head, but I do like that cover. Something I might search out someday. Okay, now we got two from Poul Anderson, who's written tons of stuff, and to me, a variable writer. Good stuff and then not so good stuff. This is After Doomsday, and the cover artist is Ralph Brilhart. You see, this is what I mean. There is a special hell for people who do this. And this is written so hard on there, you could see the indentation of that. There is a special hell. There is a pit in hell that they're going to. And this is a Ballantine Books, also a nice publisher. It says copyright 1961-62. Yeah, this is just a look at. I wonder if they're the people who did that. You know, that's stamped in there. Yeah, this is. I'm pretty sure I've read this, but I just can't quite remember anything about it. I could read the back here, and it might jog my memory. But again, this isn't for talking about the content so much. And again, they crop him out of there, put him on the back, and then they've got other titles there, which all look fabulous covers. Then we got Orbit Unlimited by Paul Anderson, and that's artist John Schooner again. And this is a pyramid book. This one's rough. This one's rough condition. I'm not going to try to read this one because I think that center section will literally fall out if I do. It's first printing May 61. Let's see here. Oh, they got something on the back that's not on the cover. See? They've got a little cutout there that's not on the cover. Interesting. So yeah, John Schonauer for that, and again, yellow staining. Now we have another anthology of 3 novellas / novelettes. 3 Times Infinity edited by Leo Margolis, who was a prolific sort of editor. He edited a lot of magazines through the 30s and 40s. And beyond, I think even in the 50s, but mystery magazines, not just science fiction. But this is a fabulous Richard Powers cover on the front there, and again, it just kind of goes over because you got the flying bits there. Rocket ships, I guess. Yeah, rocket ships. It's 3 novellas, as I say. It's Lorelei of the Mist, or Red Mist, by Ray Bradbury and Lee Brackett. The Golden Helix by Theodore Sturgeon, and Robert A. Heinlein's Destination Moon. I remember that being good. I probably will read that part of our Heinlein reading this year. And this is first originally published by Fawcett Books. Well, it is still Fawcett, but in 1958, and this is the first gold medal printing, January 1958. And gold medal books are generally quite collectible, but more, I think, the earlier ones, when they were a bit smaller, like this, the size of these. Now we've got Countdown by Charles Eric Maine. And this is a modern story of science and death in the long, lonely hours of the countdown. And this is a British publisher, Corgi, as you can see printed on there, 2 and 6. And it's small. They're like the Ace. The original Corgis were like that. This one's rough. It's got a big ding and something's happened to it, to the corner there. Let me see. This is originally published by Howder and Stoughton in 1959, and then this is the first Corgi edition in 1961. So this again has a bit of a stain on it, but no, actually not. I think it's just, well, it could be a very light stain because it's aged as well. Green spine. Let's see here. Now, the last one is 1 in 300 by J.T. McIntosh, again, a 2 and 6pence. And this is, again, is a Corgi. And I didn't say who the cover artist was. These are both John Richards. So, I believe a lot of them that are this size are going to be John Richards. So we got 1 in 300 John Richards. It's Transworld Publications, but it's a Corgi imprint. Let's see here. Museum Press Edition, originally in 1956. I've never seen that. Corgi Edition, 1951. Or no, sorry, 1961. So that's just a wonderful cover there. Anyway, that's this video. I'll be back. As I say, I'll be back. But I've got quite a few more to do. I'm finding more upstairs. Some of them may not be as great, but I am just going through all the 60s ones. So I probably have another 40, maybe 50. No, I think probably 40 to do if I'm lucky. 40 more to do in the 50s. Then I'll go on to the 70s, which I have quite a few of as well. Thank you, BookTube.